Leçon 4. Les possessives. L'adjectif possessif. Vous devez savoir l'adjectif possessif pour ce niveau. Mais je ne l'enseigne pas puisque je l'ai déjà enseigné aux nouveaux débutants. Possessive adjectives has been already covered in lesson 6 for beginners French. So if you want more details of how to use it, please go over beginners French lesson 6. Just a reminder, possessive adjectives in English are my, you, his, hers, or its, are, your, their. Let's go over the possessive adjective list. Mon, ma, mes, ton, ta, tes, son, sa, ses, notre, nos, votre, vos, leur, leur. Suivant, le pronom possessif. Le pronom possessif remplace l'adjectif possessif avec le nom. Donc, si le nom est masculin, le pronom possessif est masculin. Si le nom est féminin, le pronom possessif est féminin. Ce règle marche avec le pluriel aussi. Next, we're going to move on to a new subject. Possessive pronouns. Possessive pronouns are used to replace possessive adjectives with the noun. If the noun is masculine, then the possessive pronoun needs to be masculine. If feminine, possessive pronoun is feminine. This rule also applies to if the noun is plural. Possessive pronouns in English are mine, yours, his, hers, or its, ours, yours, and theirs. So let's start with je, masculin, le mien, féminin, la mienne, masculin, pluriel, les miens, féminin, les miennes, tout, yours, le tien, la tienne, les tiens, les tiennes, elle ou il, his, hers, its, le sien, la sienne, les siens, les siennes, nous, ours, le nôtre, la nôtre, les nôtres, pour masculin et féminin. Vous, yours, le vôtre, la vôtre, les vôtres, pour le masculin et féminin. Il ou elle, theirs, le leur, la leur, les leurs. Devant vous, il y a des phrases qui utilisent l'adjectif possessif et le pronom possessif. Le pronom possessif est le mot rouge et l'adjectif possessif est le mot noir. Before you are numerous sentences, and these sentences contain the possessive adjective and the possessive pronouns. The possessive adjectives are underlined and are in black. The possessive pronouns are underlined and are in red. So keep note to that. La première phrase. First sentence. Passez-moi mon stylo. Le tien ne marche plus. En anglais, pass me my pen. Yours no longer works. So, as you can see in the first part of the sentence, possessive adjective is used. Mon stylo. Then, in the second part of the sentence, you see possessive pronoun, le tien. Now, how is this used? Stylo est masculin. Donc, pour l'adjectif possessif, on utilise mon. Pour le pronom possessif, on utilise le tien. So, pen is masculine in French, and I'm signifying that is my pen. So, we use mon, which both agree with the noun and shows the owner of the noun. For the possessive pronoun, we use le tien. Why? Because the possessor is no longer me, it is you. And we are still replacing the noun, which is the pen. And the pen is masculine. So we have to say le tien to signify it is yours and not mine. But we are talking about the pen. So you have to keep this all in mind, the possessor and the gender of the noun when you are using possessive pronouns. Let's move on to la deuxième phrase. J'ai corrigé mes devoirs et les vôtres. En anglais, I corrected my homework and yours. So, the possessor is me, but the homework is plural. So, I use mes devoirs. Now keep in mind the sentence is saying that I corrected my homework and yours. I am still talking about the homework. I am using possessive pronouns. So, the homework is plural. So, I have to use a plural possessive pronoun. But it's not my homework I'm talking about anymore. I'm talking about your homework too, in the formal way. Since I am using a formal way, I use les vôtres. La troisième phrase. Pouvez-vous lui prêter votre veste? Il a perdu la sienne. En anglais, can you lend him your jacket? He lost his. For this sentence, votre is the possessive adjective and la sienne is the possessive pronoun. But as you can see, la sienne is feminine because veste is feminine. And we're not talking about your vest anymore. We're also talking about his. So the possessive pronoun becomes la sienne. Possessive pronouns can sometimes be very confusing. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the video down below, and I will cover those questions in the review section. C'est ou il est. Devant vous, c'est la règle de c'est et il est. On utilise c'est avec un nom déterminé, un nom propre, un pronom, des masculins adjectifs seulement. Pour il est ou elle est, on utilise des adjectifs. Before you is the rules of how to use c'est and il est. C'est is used with a modified noun. Modified nouns are nouns that have mon or un or le la les in front of the noun. Proper nouns, also pronouns and masculine adjectives. Il est you use with adjectives. Adjectives of professions, nationality, religion. You use il est. Par exemple, c'est ma voiture. C'est un médecin. C'est Jacques. C'est moi. C'est vrai. Elle est intelligente. Il est médecin. Les réponses. Since we are running out of time, I'm going to quickly go over this in English. There are numerous ways you can ask questions, but there are numerous ways to respond. And I'll be going over different ways and the correct ways to respond to a question. If I was to ask you, est-ce que vous avez un chat? Do you have a cat? There are two responses that you can say to this question. Oui, j'ai un chat. Ou non, je n'ai pas de chat. Number 2. Tu ne travailles pas cette semaine? La réponse, si, je ne travaille pas. Ou non, je travaille. So there are two responses that you can give to this question. I asked you a question using negative expression. So it is a negative sentence. So if you was to respond to this negative question, you cannot say yes using oui. You have to use si. You only use si when you are responding or agreeing to a negative sentence that was stated before or question. But if you would disagree with this question or sentence, you just say no. Number 3. Je ne mange rien. La réponse, moi non plus. So the statement that I said is a negative sentence. So to respond to this negative sentence, you need a negative response, which is moi non plus, which means me too. But you can only use that if the person is made a question or a statement that is negative that you agree with. Number 4. J'ai envie de faire du tennis. La réponse, moi aussi. Is saying the same thing as moi non plus, but I am not agreeing with a negative sentence anymore. It is a regular sentence. So I just say moi aussi, me too.